Alright, welcome back guys to some more Microtopia here on Bear's Den, and I've done a little bit of tweaking of things around here. For some reason this guy is not liking his trail. There we go. I wanted to see what the foundations were like, so I tried them out here. I kind of like them. It makes things a lot easier to set up. I'll show you here in a second. But basically I moved the setup here for, well, a lot of things, but mainly I moved our incubators. Wrong one. I need to get him. I'm trying to get these last three larvae picked up here that kind of don't belong where they're at. And why are you carrying that glass? You should be placing that right here, but for some reason you forged some copper wires from somewhere, or somebody did. So this is just making this rather annoying. Alright, where's my copper wires go? It's full. And that figures. Alright, so we're just making a new one right here, and we will dedicate it to glass. There. That will take care of that minor little malfunction. So basically what I have going on here is I am having each one of the little guys we have come out through here basically pick up some stuff along their way. We're going to go ahead and set up a time gate for that one, and we'll set it for every 60 seconds for right now. We'll send one that way, and we'll set that for that. Okay. Try to make this a little less rambly. Let me pause a second. So I moved the incubators from down here up to here so they weren't in the middle of everything I was doing. And I added a pod worker assembly thing over here, which is what this one is. And then I also have an assembler here for miners. That's the one that we had before. But it's set up to do things, but not to actually send them anywhere. I'm going to work on that here in a minute. But I am moving production around. So copper production is set up here. I don't have the elder gate set up for it yet. But basically our pod workers are going to come out of here. They're going to get sent over here. They're going to get made into the pod worker 2 because of the green energy pods that we have here. And then they're going to go around and do the basic work here. And I'm pretty much going to stop them from going into this one as soon as we have enough to fulfill all of the main regular jobs around here, because we're not going to have them doing foraging and stuff like that. But right now I'm trying to get this one guy that we have, this one adult that we had running around. I don't know what in the world he was doing, but I'm trying to get him to get these 3 larvas that were here from before, when apparently a drone came in and was carrying one and needed to go get recycled. This is where the recycling area used to be. But you can see I've got this set up going to, with a main line going to all the production areas, but I'm moving this production area because I don't like the way it's set up here. I'm going to move it up into this area once he gets it cleaned up from those larvae, which he is doing right now. And our miners, I'm going to set up a mining area up here for the rubble, the iron, and the copper deposits. We also have our glass deposit here. I'm going to work on getting that set up. I do need to have somebody come and cut these plants, but I don't think I need to be making drones over here anymore. We'll get into that in a minute, but let's go ahead and come over to the floral island. So our combiner is done, and we have made some adult ants, so we can go ahead and start sending them out here to collect our resin and plant stuff. We also have these fiber tentacles that have rubble on them, so we'll have them cutting those as well. So we need to set up a plant cutting. We'll go ahead and have go that way, and then just start kind of cutting in through some of this denser stuff here. And then we need to set up a large stockpile, which for right now I'm just going to set up here and here. This one will be for the fiber. This one will be for the rubble. Doesn't look like there's anything else in there that we're going to get at the moment. So then we'll just have those 2 come out here, drop at those 2, and then back up to there. And we're just going to have all of these guys go through that stuff. And when they die, they die. We're not real worried about setting them up for anything else at the moment. And there should be some new energy things somewhere on this island. We'll find it eventually, but right now we just need to start cutting through all this vegetation so we can get to our resin stuff. we're going to probably have a whole lot of them coming over here into this area. What is this missing? Oh, that's missing fabric. That's why our assembler isn't done. So that means we need to have these guys, or we need to have somebody start setting up making fabric. So let's go ahead and set that up over here. And we're going to have to set up some more smelters probably. But I don't want to break a lot of the stuff we have over here by plopping stuff down over top of it. So we're just going to have these guys do what they're doing, let that get done. And yeah, we got these three guys sitting in here doing absolutely nothing. So let's go ahead and pull him off and put him over in there. And it looks like I have them going in there. Yeah, that's a problem. I forgot to set that up. So we want to set a counter gate right there, which is already set at 1, which is what we want. And if I can get a hold of one of these little guys, go ahead and send them over that way for right now. And actually, yeah, let's go ahead and just set up this that will send them over there. They're going to go slower walking on the Elder Trail. We're only supposed to be sending old ones over there. But for right now, we just need lots of these guys to come in here and start cleaning out the forest. So, not real worried about it. We just need to make sure we have a bunch of them, and we'll get back to that area in a little bit. We've got all kinds of things complaining, but that's because we are changing a lot of things. So I'm going to get back to moving this stuff around, and I'll be back with you when it gets done. Alright, after something weird happened that I can't explain, we've dropped to half our population, but we are finally making our first pod 2, or will be here in a second, as soon as this one gets done, getting turned into an empty one. So there he is, which, okay, he's not as decrepit as I thought. He just looks that way because he doesn't have his energy thing yet. There he goes. Now he's getting his. And this guy needs to come back over here. I had to send some babies in here to get some work done. Now, why is he not leaving? He should have a line right there. Right there. Alright, so there we go. We now have our pod 2, and they last for 7 minutes. If I remember correctly, the ones lasted for 5 or something like that. So there we go. We now have those. They can get back to work, and I have our diggers over here so we can work on getting this iron pile done. And I have all of these set up with the elder trail that'll bring them back over here and get them set back up. I also have miners coming over here and mining glass, which I'm getting more than one, so I will have to work on how this is set up, because now they're just gonna stand there and look funny at each other watching the other one mine. But we finally have our pod 2. And back over here on the floral island, we have this guy making our fabric, which we are about 5 done on getting that. These guys are doing really good work getting all of this tree over there cleared out. And I think I may, because that's a lot of rubble on that thing. And I don't know that we're going to need that much rubble over here right now. We really need to clear more of these smaller ones. So I think we're going to go ahead and delete these 2. And we'll just have these guys start on over here instead of over there. Just get rid of that. So then that'll get them clearing out that area a little bit better. And we are completely full on iron over here, which means that our guys are just going to be flying it in and then flying it right back out, which is not good for anybody. So let's go ahead and move this down here a little bit, spread this over there. They can start putting it on that larger one. And what are you complaining about? Oh, yeah. Well, one, you're a drone. You can't be combined there anyways. You should be going to the facility over here to get dealt with. I'm not sure why you're not. I'll have to deal with that in a bit. But you guys are just going to keep coming back with more junk in your hands. So I need to deal with that. We are running low on our balls again, but that's because we don't have light bulbs coming in here because I took out the wrong island. This is where our light bulbs are coming in from, and it's not hooked up. But that's because we needed some light bulbs over here. Now that we're getting that done, we can start sending some over there. Though what I'm probably going to end up doing is sending glass over to the main island and making the light bulbs over there. We need to get these guys going over here with light bulbs before I can really send them off to go anywhere else. And right now they're all just going and smelting copper at the moment, even though technically we don't need them to do that, but that's fine for the moment. And I had to send guys over to do plant cutting because we ended up running out of plant material for making fiber, which we're finally getting caught back up on that. So I had to take this out of here, and see, now they're coming in and they can't go in to do what they're supposed to do because they're full of plant fiber. So this is where they're supposed to be becoming drones. So that means we're going to go ahead and switch this back now. Pause that a second. Get rid of that, because these guys are supposed to be going that way, not this way. Because eventually these are supposed to be pod workers that are doing this, not the normal guys. I just had to do that to get some fiber ahead so they could do what they need to do. And I think I might go ahead and these guys are delivering babies. I'm pretty sure. Where's the... This one is going over here. So why don't we... Yeah, that's why I thought. I can't move that over there. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this one. Well, no, we don't want to get rid of that one. We want to get rid of this. Because we don't need them doing that. We just want them going straight over, not over there. That's not where we want you going to. We want you guys going straight over to pick up the where do I want you guys going? Actually, I'm not sure where I want them going. What are we doing on light bulbs over here? Okay. Any made yet? A head? Get some turned around going from one island to the other. Over here. Nope, we do not have any ahead, and we have nobody making them at the moment. Because these guys are doing their thing, and our miners are full of iron. So we need him to drop that. So we're going to put a stockpile gate in here, probably. But I need to... We've got a decent amount of glass. Not really enough. So I'm going to set up getting more of these guys mining glass. Well, all of them mining glass. As I do not want them doing iron anymore since we are pretty well full. I'm going to change this so there's a stockpile gate that automatically sends them over to do glass. Set up the glass to be making more of it. Or mining more of it. And then probably going to start sending the little guys that come in, or actually what I probably should do is send these guys over to make the light bulbs, even though this is the way I want it set up. In the end, I need the light bulbs now. So I'm going to make a whole lot more light bulb assemblers here. I may even put them down here so I have more room, or I'll stretch them up into this way or something. That way we can get these pod workers done. And I'm pretty sure these guys are just kind of on autopilot at the moment, taking care of what they need to take care of. I am going to have them stop bringing iron in at all because we really don't need it anymore. We've got plenty, and our assembler is finally done, so we can go ahead and have this make our small digger guys. So instead of having them go and get combined, I'm gonna have all of the babies go straight up there and become miners, diggers, and then get them, well, I'll split them. I'll have some of them become adults to work and some of them become miners, and then they will be self-sufficient on their own iron over here and start getting glass and copper as well. I'll get that stuff set up, change this around a bit over here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.